yourselves right up to here. Drink a good deal of it, make a good meal of it, stick to your old-fashioned beer. Now don't be afraid of it, drink till you're made of it. Now all together a cheer.
And hello out there once again. This is Mark McDermott, your one-take beer reviewer and the Beeronaut at beeronaut.com. And this is going to be a sort of a special episode of this podcast because I'm going to take several takes to go through this. The reason being was that I was contacted by the importers of Chimay, the Belgian Trappist ale, and they have sent me an entire Chimay gift package, which I'm sure is available in stores as we speak. It comes with four, count them, four Chimay Trappist ales, as we said, made by Trappist monks. There are only 6 or so authentic Trappist breweries in the world. And this also comes with a couple of Chimay Trappist type goblets. And because, I would really love to just sample all 4 at once and tell you about the difference between them, but that way really lies disaster. So what I'm going to do is stop tape, as it were, and then just get out with these goblets and make sure there's no dust in them, and take out one of the beers from this box, which I did pre-chill in the refrigerator, and we'll talk about it and we'll taste it. Okay, well, I'm back, and what I have brought out is this bottle. Now, like most of you, I have managed to have the basic Chimay beers, the red, the white, and the blue. But since 2015, they have also been selling the Chimay Doré, or rather the Chimay Gold, which is their basic beer. It's just listed as a Belgian ale. Previously, it had only been served at the monastery itself in Chimay, or rather the town of Belgium. Yeah, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, in Belgium, and it was served also at the Auberge de Pot-au-Pré, or the Pot-au-Pré Inn, which is the kind of what they list as the gateway to Chimay territory, as it were. And so what it says here, it's named for its delicious golden color, a crisp ale that brings a balance of citrus and spice, brewed since 1862 for the private consumption by the monks of Chimay, and now available to all. So this will be a new experience, and we'll just pop right into this as a start and see what we get. Yes, I always forget these have been re-fermented, usually with yeast in the bottle, and sometimes they will produce a gusher, which is a good reason that you want to get some of these early before you lay them down. So we've got our nice little Trappist glass here, which more than enough to hold all of this stuff. And so we get a nice look at the logo and the beer itself, which is cloudy, hazy, not as gold as it is, but maybe just a little off yellow and brownish, and it does kick up a very fine, not puffy so much as just a nice parfait type head, as we usually see with a Trappist ale. And the smell is pretty malty, and yes, there is yeast in this. I forgot to hold back the dregs of the bottle to, that's what I did. I forgot to hold back the last bit of the bottle to pour in at the end. So this is already, well, compromised, but what the heck, we're going to try it anyway. It's very easy on the palate, I believe. Has a smell with, like I said, with a little bit of yeast and not too much malt to it, really. The smell is kind of just barely there for me right at this moment. But it is a very basic Belgian ale, kind of on a par, not It's only got 4.8% alcohol, the lowest ABV of the Chimay Trappist ales, and I'd like to say it's a good. It's not quite sessionable, but it's a good summer ale. I would almost want to say, but it's a little more hearty than that. So, pardon me, you don't want to just sit around and drink it after mowing the lawn. It's still definitely meant for dinner time, and they have sent not only this flyer with the with the information about the beers, but this flyer in English and French, which talks not only about the Trappist ales, but also the Chimay Trappist cheeses. Unfortunately, they did not send me any cheese, but I'm sure their intention is that the cheese is a great go-along with this ale. So that's the first of the 4 Trappist ales from Chimay. The Chimay Gold, we'll call it. A very good summertime ale for just sitting out on the porch and enjoying. And we'll get back to some more in just a few more seconds. Alright, we're back. It's one day after I finished off the Chimay Gold, or Doré. And now, as we plow through our 2-part adventure into the world of Belgian Trappist ale, we're going to try the Chimay White, also called the 500. I don't know if that means 500, or I guess it does mean 500 or 5 cents. Anyway, as they describe it here, it's a Belgian triple ale, another monastery style. It says it has a golden hue and combined sweetness and bitterness with remarkable balance. So it's I've had a couple before, but quite a while ago. So let's pretend this is going to be another new experience for me. And hopefully, yeah, I'm having much better luck not getting a gusher when I'm opening these, and that's always good news. So the Belgian triple, as we see here, actually pours a lighter, more golden color than the Belgian double, even though it has more malt and alcohol to it. Let's zoom in if we could and see. This one is still just a little dark and hazy. And I'm going to try not to pour all the beer into it, so I leave some of the yeast behind at the end. It has a nice big white head. Just makes a nice little presentation, don't it? And let's see. Still a somewhat sweet, malty smell to it. And usually the triple comes across a little less sweet than the Belgian double, but this does have some more sweetness to it. I get an impression perhaps of some grains of paradise. Golden, maybe a Belgian Pilsner type malt to it, but also there's some chewy bready flavor. I know these do not do a wild yeast ferment, but when they re-ferment in the bottle, as I believe these do, it does come up sometimes with some interesting flavors. As I've said, maybe a little bready complement, very slight spiciness, but it's all settled in with some sweetness that comes from the malt, and some of it will be just a little bit of yeast kicking in some of that breadiness, as I've said. Sometimes I feel it's a shame that I ever have to open some of these cellared beers, but these are beers that do cellar well. The red, white, and blue Chimay do anyway. In fact, I have one from 10 years ago that I'm still waiting on in the big 750 milliliter bottle. But right now, we're going to wrap this one up and post it after having had 2 of the Chimay Trappist ales. And next time we get a chance, we're going to refrigerate, chill, and pop open the red and the blue.
Now don't be afraid of it. Drink till you're made of it. Now all together a cheer. Up with the sail of it, down with the pain of
making this way too fast.